global warming. First, definitions of global warming, cause of global warming, the consequences of global warming, and how to find definitions of global warming. Sample definition of global warming. Global warming is a global phenomenon of climate change characterized by a general increase in average temperature, notably linked to human activities, and which durably modifies weather balance and ecosystems. When we talk about global warming today, it's the phenomenon of rising temperature that has occurred on Earth for 1000 to 1015 years. Since the start of the Industrial Revolution, average temperature on Earth have in fact increased more or less regularly. In 2016, the average temperature on planet Earth was about 1 to 1.5 degrees above the average temperature on the pre-industrial era, before 1850. Scientific definition of global warming. More precisely, when we talk about global warming, we are talking about the increase in temperatures linked to industrial activities and in particular the greenhouse effect. We therefore sometimes speak of global warming now as anthropogenic, of human origin. It's therefore a form of global warming whose causes are not natural but economic and industrial. Many scientists are studying this phenomenon and trying to understand how the activities of human society cause this warming. The scientists are grouped with the IPCC, International Group of Experts on Climate, and they regularly publish reports studying the evolution of global warming. Causes of global warming. The IPCC models have established the cause of global warming, that is knowing where this global warming comes from, what is caused it. Scientists know that is mainly human-caused greenhouse gas emission that influence climate and global warming, but where do these show? Primarily, it is production of energy, for example, electricity or heating. And fuel for transport, for example, car, but also partly aviation or maritime transport. Deforestation. Agriculture, and livestock. The consequences of global warming. First, an increase in temperatures due to global warming affects the entire global ecosystem. Not just the height flat, the weather is distributed with an increase in extreme weather phenomenon, change in usual weather models, demand more storms, more floods, more cyclones and droughts. Ocean regulatory capacity is also affected by rising temperatures. If global temperatures increase very significantly, there will therefore be an increase in ocean levels, but also an acidification and deoxygenation of ocean areas. In addition to pronounced acidification of the ocean fluid, limit the ability of the world sea to produce oxygen and store, and therefore further increase global warming, but it can also affect areas of forests and fragile ecosystems, as well as biodiversity. Examples: more storms, more floods, more cyclones and droughts. There will therefore be an increase in ocean levels, but also an acidification and deoxygenation of ocean areas. How to find global warming? To combat global warming, it is first of all necessary to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. To do this, the first way is to turn to renewable energy and avoid fossil fuels, but we must also reduce our energy consumption, avoid food waste. It's better by avoiding products that have too large a carbon footprint, optimize the use of resources. In summary, we must adapt our lifestyles to the concept of resilience and sustainable development. We must also transform our societies in order to move toward an industrial model and a globalization will take into account the ecology. I'm going to say a video of global warming.
Europe faced a record-breaking heat this summer. It was so hot that you could have even fried an egg on the pavement. Temperatures in many countries are getting beyond 45 degrees Celsius and highest ever on record since 1880. Such extreme temperatures are also killing people. The hot weather also leads to other serious consequences like the melting glaciers. Melting glaciers in the North and South Poles and Himalayas are contributing to sea level rise and flooding. Coastal cities from America to Asia are drowning as a result. You may already know that, but here is a less known consequence of the global warming: the thawing permafrost. Permafrost usually exists in polar regions. It's underground soil that's always frozen. The thawing permafrost releases methane and other carbon compounds and further warms up the atmosphere. But that's not the worst. As the permafrost melts, bacteria and viruses that were trapped inside for centuries are getting released, spreading deadly diseases. Scientists have found several diseases that we once thought were eradicated slowly emerging recently. Well, now you may be getting curious about what exactly causes global warming. Scientists believe that greenhouse gas emission is a crucial factor leading to the sudden increase in temperature globally. The greenhouse gases are known for trapping heat, and these gas emissions mostly come from thermal power plants, automobiles, and factories that use fossil fuels like coal, diesel, and petrol. That is to say, we or human activities are responsible for global warming. So what can we do to slow down the global warming? There are a lot of ways. For example, using public transit, planting trees, and recycling your waste like plastics are all effective ways to reduce your carbon footprint. Turning off electronic devices when you are not using them can also be amazingly beneficial. Tweaking your thermostat is also suggested. Turning it down 2 degrees in winter and up 2 degrees in summer could save nearly a kilogram of carbon dioxide every year. Everyone should play their part to slow down global warming, because we're not saving the Earth, we're saving ourselves.
Thank you very much, teacher.